Hey guys, welcome to my channel where we're going to read stories, spill the tea, and find out what's really going on. My name's Summer, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the stories. So the first story is from the Am I the A-hole subreddit. Am I the a-hole for being petty with my parents about my house? So I, 20 male, have been living in a one-bedroom, one-bath house on my parents' property for a year and a half now with cheap rent. The original deal was for me to stay until I was ready to move out or until me and my girlfriend marry. So firstly, this is a great situation for OP. When parents have the means to help out their kids like this, it's great. It helps them save up money, helps them learn a little bit of responsibility, paying for a little bit of rent, and trying to learn how to, pay their own bills and adult, if you will. So that's great, but let's see where it goes. But a half a year ago, they changed that up and said that at the end of the summer, I'd have to get my own apartment so that my sister, 17 female, could move in. This was not the original plan, so I had basically renovated the entire house to make it as comfortable as possible for me. Everything except the oven, dryer, and washing machine was either bought by me or gifted to me. So what I have to say about that is, I'm not too sure why OP would have renovated the entire house if he knew that this was like a short-term thing. I don't necessarily know how much he renovated, but seems a little unnecessary to renovate somewhere that you know that you're not going to be staying. And on top of that, seems like the parents now want to give his sister the same opportunity. Seeing that he's been living there for a year and a half, he would have been about 18 and a half. So it sounds to me like they just want to give her the same opportunity and maybe weren't expecting him to stay as long. Obviously, everything is expensive nowadays, so I couldn't even imagine being 18 now and trying to go out on my own because everything is so expensive. But to me, it sounds like the parents want to give the daughter the same opportunity. But let's keep reading. Because all of this stuff was mine, I recently began to start moving things out gradually. Bookshelf, bed, one of the AC units, my trophy stands, etc. All I have left in my house is my TV, my work desk, which will be moved next week, my couch, my fridge, and microwave. Yesterday, my parents entered the house while I was at work without asking me or anything, and then waited until I got home and argued with me about taking all of this stuff out of the house. I argued with them and said I couldn't take all of this stuff because my sister would have nothing when she moves in. I told them that since I had either paid for everything or the items were gifted to me, that they were mine and I could do with them as I please. They called me an a-hole because now my sister has nothing in the house and will have to buy everything while she barely has any money. I told them that that was not my problem, but was theirs since they decided to change everything up last second, screwing me over, especially while I also struggled with money because I had truck payments and bills. They continued to call me names and say I was being petty and an a-hole for those before leaving. However, I don't think that I'm an a-hole for taking my stuff with me. For context, they're normally amazing parents, but the whole ordeal with the house was the worst I've ever seen in them. So am I the a-hole? So the actual post is asking if he's being an a-hole for being petty. So I don't know if necessarily taking your own stuff out of your house is being petty. If he truly moved in and there was nothing in the house besides the oven, washing machine, and dryer, then him moving in and purchasing a bed, bookshelves, desks, and all of those things, I definitely think that he should be able to take them with no issue. If there's maybe a little bit more to the story that we're not getting, and maybe he replaced those items, but there were items already there, then, maybe the parents were hoping that those items were still there so that the sister could have the same opportunity. So, taking the post at face value, if it's true that there was nothing else in the house besides those 3 items that he said that he did not purchase and they were there, then I would say that he's not the a-hole for taking his stuff. Now, I don't see anything wrong with the parents, putting a definite time limit on him because they want to give the daughter the same opportunity. So let's take a look at a couple comments and see if there's anything relevant, anything interesting. Looks like the OP did add some additional information in the comment section. It said that they repainted the walls and had the carpet replaced, but it's not something that I can take with me. So at least it wasn't any serious renovations. I don't know if that's everything. If that is everything, at least it wasn't serious renovations. If you are in an apartment where you don't own the place, I would say that I would never personally replace the carpet. If there was something wrong with the carpet, then I would talk to whoever is the, landlord, or if it's my parents' house and I'm paying rent there, like, hey, there's something wrong with this carpet. What are we going to do about that? But if it's like a taste type of thing, like you didn't like the carpet, you thought it was ugly, and they didn't want to replace it, you went ahead and replaced it. That's just, on you at this point. I would never replace a carpet, like an expensive carpet, in an apartment knowing that I would not be there forever. Now, it is a little concerning that he specifically said, but that's something that I can't take with me. At that point, it does sound like he's trying to be a little petty. Again, like, I'm looking at this like as if it's an apartment. Like, this is something that's short term. It's not something that he should have been staying at forever. If you're going to repaint the walls, and that's something that the next person's going to have. And I'm wondering if the parents possibly had furniture in the house for him to use, like a bed, bookshelves, etc. And he didn't like the way that those looked, or maybe they were older or what have you, and he decided to replace those with his choice of furniture. Now, it begs the question, did he talk to his parents about this? Did he save the old furniture, if that's what happened? Or anything like that. But that's just me assuming, because I don't have all of the context here. Obviously, I only have one side of the story. So it is a little concerning that he would make the comment that, I can't take the painted walls with me or the carpet. Yeah, you're renovating an apartment basically, and that's going to go to the next person. So I don't know, but overall, face value of his post, him taking his furniture items, assuming that they were not replacing what his parents had provided to him, and he didn't get rid of those without their permission, then I would say he's not the a-hole. But let me know what you guys think. On to the next story. The next story is also from the Am I the A-hole subreddit. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to change my boyfriend and I's vacation spot because his family wants us to? Hi guys, as the title suggests, my boyfriend and I planned a really good vacation where we would spend 4 days in a cheaper apartment at a smaller town, let's call it Town A, from which we can travel each day to a different city. The apartment is close to big national parks and rivers, as well as a 5-minute walk to a private beach. Sounds like a great vacation. Honestly, I love national parks and rivers, so that's right up my alley. Having a little apartment to wind down at the end of the night in a smaller town is way easier, in my opinion, to, kind of relax and chill at the end of the day after doing a whole bunch of stuff, rather than trying to beat the hustle and bustle of a big city to get into your apartment. But let's continue reading. Since him and his family have not been on vacation together for over 10 plus years, we figured we could invite them, informing them of all of the places we would visit for a fraction of the price. They all said it was a great idea. His dad ended up canceling because he had work. His mom and brother still agreed to go. They loved the idea, and we told them the name of the town and sent over the links for the booking info, etc. Today we get a call from his mom saying, "So I found us a big house that would cost us just a bit more on this island. We would be staying there for 6 days. It's a great idea." The island was far from our original destination, more expensive, and I do not have so many vacation days. We told her this, and she said, "Well, why doesn't your girlfriend just switch days with someone at work? You know it's not your brother's best interest to only stay 4 days. Besides, you guys didn't even find a place to stay there." Well, so far, looks like the family is being a little ungrateful. OP and the boyfriend planned a very nice vacation for each other, and instead of just going and enjoying the vacation themselves and having some alone time and having a great time together, they thought about their family, and that's so nice. And they were nice enough to invite them, and how sounds like they're trying to change the whole thing and make the whole thing about them. But let's see where this goes. But we did find a place to stay. We sent the links last week. The apartment is big with 4 rooms and free parking, a few minutes away from the beach, and it's the place that we initially wanted to stay at. This way, we are spending more money, taking more vacation days, and we can't visit all the places we agreed on. Okay, but I found this apartment on an island, and will we be traveling less? It's way better, and the town is not muddy like yours. I went there when your brother was little, 30 years ago, LOL, and it was all muddy. This island is so much better, and I can book it right now, but okay. She was pretty annoyed and said our apartment was expensive as well and far from home. The distance is the same. His brother sent him a message just reading, "You guys really want to cheap out over 30 euros and not go to the island?" Basically calling us cheapskates when it was never the plan to go to an island, spend so much money just to be at a crowded beach for 6 days straight. We told them my boyfriend and I were planning a vacation, and if they wanted, they can come with. My boyfriend asked him straight up, "Okay, but we agreed on town A. We told you guys everything, and now what's exactly the problem? You guys love the idea, now it's bad?" His brother just said, okay. Now they're passive with us, and I generally don't want to go with them anymore. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to confront their sudden plan changes? Am I wrong for feeling like they wanted to vacation on their terms despite never making plans themselves and using our idea to have the summer that they want? So this sounds like a pretty bad situation, to be honest. OP and boyfriend were just trying to be nice and have this vacation with their family. I don't know about everyone else or where they work, but it takes a lot of time to build up PTO days, and they were going to take 4 days. And, who knows what else is going on in their life? Maybe they used their PTO days already some other time. Maybe they had an emergency. Maybe they did another long weekend or something. They just didn't have enough PTO to take 6 days. And the initial plan was for them to take 4 days. So I'm not sure why the family's trying to change that when they were invited on this vacation. And on top of that, they found a nice little town off the beaten path, close to a private beach. I personally don't like going to the beach that's overly populated with hundreds and hundreds of people. I would prefer a private beach, but that's my opinion. As well as they wanted to go see some national parks and travel to some rivers and stuff like that. I don't think that if they wanted to go with them on this vacation, what gives them the right to start changing things? I mean, they could suggest hey, can we add this spot or this spot into the plan? Or hey, we don't really like that apartment. We're willing to maybe pay a little bit more and we can go to this other apartment. What do you think? And if they say no, then it's a no. Don't make them feel bad about it. They planned this vacation and they were nice enough to invite you. There is an update. Despite me telling my boyfriend I don't want to go and to use the excuse that I don't have enough vacation days to cancel the whole trip with them and us to go alone. He called his mom and said they should go to town A 2 days before us and we'll come and all vacation together. Now I'm sobbing, having to deal with these people who trashed us in the first place, and my boyfriend is saying I'm being too harsh for calling them oblivious and untrustworthy for making the vacation happen. I asked him yesterday to cancel it and use me as an excuse not to go. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, honestly, I think your boyfriend should really be backing you up. His family is trying to totally change your guys' plans. Like, you had a vacation set up. You didn't reach out to them and say, hey, let's plan a vacation together. You reached out and was like, listen, me and my boyfriend are going on this vacation. We're going to be staying in this small town, in this small apartment, kind of close to a private beach. We're going to visit all of these national parks and rivers. And they initially said, wow, that's awesome. That's why they started planning. And now they're trying to change everything around. I don't know. In my opinion, she needs to set some hard boundaries with these parents, and the boyfriend needs to back her up. I mean, hey, like, this is the vacation we're doing. You want to do that with us? Come along. You want to do something else? Plan your own vacation. Simple as that. But let's see what some comments say. We got, not the a-hole. Treat them like children because that's how they're behaving. Their choices are join you at the place you've chosen / booked, or book the other place on their own and go without you. It was an invitation to join you on your holiday, not a court summons. All they had to do was say yes, please, or no, thank you. Changing the parameters of the entire holiday was not on the table. Totally agree. Another one, you. We planned a cool vacation. Want to come? Them. Absolutely. Also, we've changed the entire thing without asking you, and you need to pay more money than you ever agreed and take more PTO that you don't have. You, ... Them. Think about boyfriend's brother, though. You, nah. Totally agree with that, too. So, honestly, I think the consensus is you're not the a-hole. I believe that your family or your boyfriend's family is very much being a-holes. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. But on to the next story. Okay, so the last story for today is also from Am I the A-Hole subreddit. Am I the a-hole for backing out of my best friend's bachelorette 2 days before leaving? Started this by saying I'm not asking for any money back. Everything that we were supposed to do has been paid for already by myself and the other bridesmaids. Myself and the bride's other best friend planned out the entire bachelorette weekend. Super exciting. 4 hours away from us in the city, we rented an Airbnb and have a lot of activities going on. Well, my niece has been sick for a few weeks. My sister has been trying to get to the bottom of it, and unfortunately on Tuesday, we found out that she has leukemia, and she started aggressive chemo Wednesday morning. I cried all Tuesday night and decided that I wasn't going to be in any condition to go to the bachelorette this weekend. I sent a message to my friend on Wednesday morning, 2 days before we leave, who is incredibly understanding, but her other best friend, who I planned the event with, replied this to me. I had reached out to her to let her know because we planned this together. I'm really not sure what this has to do with the bride. I don't understand why you can't make it out for her. You're supposed to be her best friend, and now you're bailing on one of the most important weekends of her life. Well, first of all, OP, I'm really sorry that you and your family are going through this, and I really hope that your niece pulls through and she gets better. Secondly, I mean, like you said, you're not asking for your money back. Everything's already planned. I mean, the bride's still gonna have a great time. I'm not too sure why this other person this other friend is being so nasty about it. They can all go out and still have a great time. Bride's still gonna have a great time. Yeah, maybe she'll miss you, but I don't feel like there is any dying need for you to be there. Yes, the bride might be a little upset because she'll miss you. You guys have been friends since childhood, but I also think she's going to understand. I don't know how everyone else would feel, but and I obviously can't truly understand because I've never been through this, but if someone in my family fell sick whom I was close with, or just in general, I would feel very sad and I wouldn't feel right to go out and have a good time. Mind you, I probably wouldn't even be able to focus on whatever events that they were doing. I wouldn't be able to focus, and it would just be constantly thinking about that. And I mean, it might be good for OP to try to get her mind off of it, but if she really can't and wants to be there for her sister and her niece, then why make her feel bad about it? I don't know. Let's keep reading. I feel the message wasn't necessary. There's always been a bit of jealousy from this friend of the bride, as I'm the bride's childhood best friend, and this best friend is someone she met through work about 5 years ago. I think she was offended when I was picked as maid of honor, and I feel like she was maybe getting her jealousy and frustration out on me in that message. I don't know. I haven't told the bride about this message because I obviously don't want to ruin her weekend. But should I? Or do I leave it? I have a feeling this will make the wedding awkward now too. Anyways, am I the a-hole for canceling last minute? Before we look at some of the comments, my opinion truly is I absolutely don't think that you're the a-hole in this. I don't think that you should have texted the friend. I mean, that doesn't make you an a-hole, but I think you should have just went straight to the bride. I mean, if you've been friends with her since childhood, she probably knows your family and probably will grieve with you when you let her know. And if she's a true friend, she's going to understand. I mean, it's not like you're backing out of the wedding. So I just don't understand why this person was so nasty about it. I think you should just go straight to the bride. I don't think that she's going to be upset. I think she's going to be understanding because any, genuine friend with any compassion and empathy would totally understand and want you to be there for your family. I think you should obviously tell her, apologize and tell her, hey, I hope you have an amazing time. I'm sorry I can't be there. I just truly wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be myself. My brain would be elsewhere. I think anyone would understand that. Let's see what some of the comments say. All right, we got one here. I think you should have gone to the Bachelorette, and this is just my own opinion, having been diagnosed with reoccurrence of cancer. Life is precious, and you have to make as many memories with the ones you love as possible while you still can. Your niece's parents will be with her on Wednesday, and she will likely be sleeping after and resting. You can go see her when you get back and even join a future chemo session. Support systems also need support systems. So lean into your friend and celebrate with her. So sorry to hear about your niece. I will be thinking about her and for healing. And then someone replied to that, I was thinking the same thing. I wish she felt like she could go ahead and go. Maybe bring an amazing present for her niece back from the city. She's not going to be wondering where Auntie OP is on Wednesday. And honestly, after having chemo myself, they may isolate a little bit from everyone but her parents and not even let anyone visit her. The only thing that gave me pause was the OP feels she will be too upset to have any fun. She is the only one who can decide what is right for her to do. Honestly, I agree with both of these comments. I mean, it is absolutely important to make as many memories as you can while you're in this world. Life is short, and I do agree with that. But I also agree with the response comment. She's the only one that can decide what's right for her, and she might be too upset to have any fun. I just know me personally, I would not be able to focus on having any fun at all, knowing my loved one is going through probably the worst thing that they're ever going to go through. So I don't know. Let's see some others here. Someone else said, not the a-hole. You're not in the right headspace to have fun right now. Another said, not the a-hole. Staying home to support your sister and niece is the right thing to do. The party will go on without you. Honestly, I agree with everyone here. I don't necessarily think that staying home versus going out is the right thing to do. Only OP knows what the right thing is to do. Like the first person said, maybe the niece will be kind of, you know, only able to see the parents while she's going through chemo because of a compromised immune system or whatever. And maybe she's not able to see her. And if she's not able to see her, is it the right thing to do to go to the party? I mean, really, it depends on OP. If she's not going to be able to have fun and enjoy herself, and she's just going to bring that gloom to the party, and not saying that's a bad thing. Like, she's grieving and feeling for the niece because she has empathy. She's feeling what her sister's going through, what her niece is going through, and is scared for her. If you're feeling that, it's very hard to just switch that off and go have a good time and not bring that with you. I personally feel that it's probably better off that she doesn't go, to be honest, because she might bring that negativity to this bachelorette, not intentionally, but could bring others down. And I'm just, like I said, if this friend has been a friend since childhood, she might already feel it as well once you tell her. So, I mean, only OP, like the other person said, only OP knows what's right. And if she's going to be too upset and needs time to herself, then I don't think that she's wrong in not wanting to go. But let me know what you guys think. Well, that's all the tea for today. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.